Hola, I have the second edition of the Gose Gone Wild World Tour. It takes us on a trip to Tijuana. The last one was Puget to Thai inspired Gose, and now this one, I guess, uses Mexican ingredients, West Coast Mexican ingredients. The first one is blackberries, which I didn't know that was a Mexican thing, but might as well be. Hibiscus, lime, smoked agave, and Mayan sea salt round out these special ingredients. I've had, sour beers and not sour beers with all these ingredients except for the smoked agave. I don't quite know what that means. Usually agave, it means they use, some kind of agave syrup, or they use the fruit of the cactus plant in there. So I guess they just smoke the fruit, which I haven't really heard of that sort of thing done before. Hopefully it'll come through in the flavor. The original Gose Gone Wild is nothing like any of these ones. That's like a hoppy, bready beer. These ones have been more spicy and fruity forward. The last one had mango in it, but I didn't notice it so much. It was overall a nice beer, but not too actually wild. Pretty close to a traditional Gose style. This one I know, I've seen pictures of it, will be very purplish blue, which is very different for a Gose. And it's also 5.2% alcohol. It's a little bit strong. And it just came out in the New England area, so I'm sure it's still pretty fresh. It was brewed by Stillwater, of course, at Crazy Mountain. And that looks pretty cool. A very, very beautiful color. And the head even has a nice little, very pale pink tinge to it. This looks like Valentine's Day to me. And it's pretty nice, pretty hazy. I did roll it around a teeny bit to get some of the sediment off the bottom before I poured it, just because I like it that way sometimes. And it has a pretty nice head so far. I don't know if it's going to be super sour. Smells like a Gose still. It's got that salty, sour thing. Almost, it just barely makes me my mouth water, but with that smell, but it doesn't smell super sour. And I guess I'm getting some sort of berry thing, but it's not like a intense syrupy berry jammy sort of aroma. And I'm not smelling any smokiness in there. I do get some lime too, but not too much. What else we got? I guess the hibiscus probably helps add to the color, the blackberries and the hibiscus combined. And it makes it, let's have a sort of general berry aroma, but it's not an explosive aroma. This bottle's pretty darn cold. It was in the back of my fridge for a couple days. The head has died down, but it's still got a little bit of a cap, so it's probably not going to be shockingly sour. Ooh, oh, that smokiness comes out a lot in the flavor. Wow. That's really nice. That's unique. Wow, it's got the, it's not quite, it's more like wood smoke. It's not quite bacon or ham. It reminds me almost of like the smokiness of a hot smoked trout or salmon or something maybe. But it's, that's a woody, kind of bandity, almost peat smoke type thing happening. It reminds me of the smokiness of Scotch, actually. I wonder if they, it's likely that they smoked the agave with peat, but I didn't look up too much to try to figure out exactly what the deal is with the smoked agave, because I thought it would probably just be going down a rabbit hole, and it'd be hard to find a lot of specific info on this beer. Maybe they have more info on their Facebook. That's where I sometimes can find details about these beers from Stillwater beyond what it says on the label, because on the Stillwater site, it just says what it says on the label usually. But it's interesting. The aroma is mainly like a berry-inflected Gose, but then the flavor, it just has a quick tartness, and then it gets into a juicy, hibiscus-y, sort of cranberry juice type thing with the smoke all along, and then the smoke is kind of what lingers the longest with a little bit of a lemony tartness. That's pretty cool, and it works pretty well. Like, you wouldn't necessarily think berries and peat smoke would be something that would be super enjoyable together, unless you think about, you know, some sort of berry sweetened barbecue sauce. That should work actually pretty well, because in lots of barbecue sauces that's all sweet tomato. But I think you could probably throw some blackberries into barbecue sauce and be really good. It's odd that this beer is inspiring food ideas for me. Usually it's the other way around. Well, that's nice. And then, what really makes this beer special is the that smoky thing about it. Like, there aren't too many smoky sour beers out there, but it's a style that really works very well. I wish there were more Gretzers or Grodzickias, the Polish oak smoked sour beer. It's low alcohol, but this works really well. The only other Gose I've had that had a significant, not really significant, but a teeny bit of smoke character was the Evil Twin and, what is it, Two Roads collaboration. Their, was it called Two Evil or something? No, the Geyser Gose. That's their Icelandic ingredient inspired Gose, which that one was pretty much end up being tasting like a traditional Gose. This one is not that. Doesn't stray too far, but the smokiness and the berry flavors are pretty strong, but they don't overwhelm at all. It's not all just raspberry sourness, nor does the smokiness overwhelm it. It does fade eventually, but it has just a tinge of that sort of Band-Aidy quality, and I like it a lot. I've been thinking about smoked beers and how there should be more out there, and there basically are no year-round smoked beers. Like, smoked porters used to be popular, but there's only a teeny bit of smoke in those. But this is a really nice, innovative way that makes a unique beer. I think this is a lot more interesting than the first edition of Gose Gone Wild. And I would definitely recommend this if you like Goses and you like smoked things. The fruity element is pretty strong up front. If you don't like smoked beers, probably don't go for this one, but get it anyways, because maybe it'll be a good introduction to smoked beers, and everyone should like smoked beers. It's a really cool, savory flavor, and if everyone loves barbecue sauce, and the smokiness in that, everyone loves bacon. Is it so hard to say, oh, put it in your other favorite thing to have, beer? But this isn't like super crazy as a complex to beer, but that's not what really Goses are supposed to be. So I'll give it like I don't know, 84, something like that. It's pretty good. Maybe a little below that, maybe 82. I don't know. It's just about worth the $10 or so bucks a bottle, I would say. Yeah, so how about 82 or 83 for Stillwater's Gose Gone Wild. Tijuana. Bye.